Are there any announcements anybody would like to say at this time? As long as for those, unmute yourselves if you have to share something. Anybody? Um, any prayer requests? I have a prayer request. Okay, let's see. I have a prayer request, and it is for my brother Jerry, lives 150 miles south of San Antonio, was in a bicycle accident. He and 3 others were biking, going through a town with only one intersection. Get this. A 15-year-old comes flying through the intersection with his uncle's car. This is Texas, okay? Does not have a driver's license. Oh. Jerry was hit the back or the front right fender. Turns out he was flattened out, crushed T11, I think it is, vertebrae, but he was able to get up. And one of the bicyclist's parents lived nearby and brought him to ER. He's having an MRI soon. He's supposed to be flying up here July 4th to come to a funeral for my aunt, who's 99 years old, is also flying in to bury her son. I got a heavy heart, you guys. Plus, my kids just left today, and they're kissing me goodbye and blowing me kisses, and I'm having a moment of missing my little ones. They've been here for a week and a half. Okay, other than that, anybody else? I'll try to gather my emotions. So, okay. Otherwise, we will. Yay. Okay. Cindy.
You got me?
Okay, Janet.
Oh, thank you. I was having trouble with this Zoom. Anyway, I would just like continued prayers for my daughter, Kimberly, who's still wearing that body brace from her boat accident, and will have to wear it at least until the end of August. She's slowly healing. And also for my granddaughter, who is in the hospital and in the need of a feeding tube because she has an eating disorder. And I would just like prayers for them both. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you, Janet.
And tell me your granddaughter's name again, Janet.
Kimberly, but my daughter is Kimberly.
Kimberly, and your
my granddaughter is Isabella.
Isabella, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will send Reiki to each of these people.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Okay.
I will send healing to them as well.
Thank you so much. Well, I could go on then with the principles I could read, unless there's any other announcements or prayer requests. So, okay, the principles. We believe in infinite intelligence, and we believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. And we affirm that the existence and identity of the individual continue after the change called death. And we believe in our universal connection in spirit, and that there is communication between the spiritual and physical worlds. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule: whatsoever ye would that others do unto you, do ye also unto them. And we affirm the moral responsibility of individuals, and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. And we affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul here or hereafter. And we affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes contained in all sacred texts. Okay. So, do you have a meditation, Katri, you'd like to do, or I just invite you to just come forward.
Okay.
To whatever you're.
I kind of have a bunch of things that's kind of going to end in a exercise that's meditational kind of. So I have a lot to share with you, so I might just jump right in if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have a pen and paper, you may want a pen and paper today. So if you want to grab that, you can. Otherwise, obviously, this is recorded, so that's great. So I'm so excited. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come back and share more. I had much trouble deciding which things I wanted to share the first time and had so much more to share. So thank you for having me back again for part 2. So these so today, my topic is more tools to heal, and these are just a few things that I've discovered to be helpful on my healing path, and so I hope you do as well. And some of this might be review, but either way, I feel like for humans here on this physical plane, sometimes it's remember, forget, remember, forget. I know for me, I may feel like I really know something one day, and then the next day I don't remember to pull out that tool. So so here goes. So the first tool that I want to share with you is regarding angel numbers and angel signs. Angels and spirit guides are always trying to get our attention daily to help guide our lives to our highest and greatest good. Angels cannot speak to us directly because they're highly vibrational beings. Therefore, they communicate through numbers, feathers, coins, and songs. Have you ever listened to a song and thought that the lyrics were speaking directly to you? They were. And that was a message from your angels, spirit guides, or crossed over loved ones, which are usually one and the same. Have you ever had a feather come to you in an odd place or an odd time? That is also a message from angels. Feather messages can be looked up based on the color of the feather. Do you find coins often? Again, more ways that the divine is reaching out to send messages of abundance or confirmation of your loved ones being with you. For example, finding a dime means that someone is trying to get your attention, and it can mean guidance and validation that you're on the right path. The late Wayne Dyer said, "Every time I pick up a coin from the street, I view it as a symbol of the abundance God has sent into my life, and I feel gratitude. It's having gratitude for the seemingly insignificant occurrences that make way for receiving opulent rewards." Everyone can find out their guardian angel's name just by asking. So after taking Virginia's angel class, which was, I'd been studying angels for many years, and then I took her class thinking, well, let's see, I bet there's more to learn, and there was. And so after taking her angel class, me and my kids each asked for our guardian angels' names and received them quite quickly. And then we were able to start a relationship with them daily. As I told my kids, you could just talk to them like you would a good friend. And since we live on a free will planet, angels cannot step into our business unless we ask them. So as Virginia taught me, the main rules about angels are as follows. Number 1, ask. Number 2, be specific. So for example, please stay with my grandmother the entire time her ankle is healing and for longer if she needs. And then the third step is be thankful. Put your hand on your heart and say, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's really simple and really powerful. And since I've been telling people the knowledge I learned from Virginia's class, not only are the angels really happy because they got a big mouth, woohoo, me, but they also, my friends that have tried this with different, sent an angel to their friend's dog that was sick, have come back to me so excited and telling me, oh my gosh, you won't believe their dog is up and healthy now. So sending healing angels to people, if you don't know what kind of angel, you could just say, send the best angel that's needed for this person until this point. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so really, really powerful. And it's almost like us humans, we want to complicate things so much, it's like, no, it can't be that easy, but it is. So now I'm going to kind of shift to angel numbers. For me, angel numbers started out simply, and then they got more complex. Angels wanted me to learn the sequences from 1 through 9 first. And so it all started, for example, I would just turn on my phone and check it, and it just happened to check it right when it was 222 or 444. So angel numbers are often repetitive sequences of numbers, but not always repeating numbers, but often they are. Once it gets more complex, it can be 4 different numbers. So the more you learn, the more complex they get. And if you speak out loud that you're open to receiving angel numbers, you will receive them. And they do show up to convey divine messages throughout your day. So for me, my angels kind of made a deal with me that because I really wanted to hear their messages, had so much going on in my life, wasn't able to, like, I mean, obviously I'm a busy mom, but they found a way to get through to me with my busy schedule and my busy life. And so they told me, and at first I really was like, is this me? But now I realize it was my angels. So my license plate on my car is BBJ, the letters. And my former license plate was RPB. And so somehow my angels got in my head that when I see a BBJ license plate or an RPV, those numbers with that license plate would be a message for me. And so now, forevermore, when I'm out driving around doing errands or whatever I'm doing, if there's something that I need to know, it will come to me in a license plate. It's just so amazing. It will come to me in a license plate, or, I mean, it's not always in a license plate, but that's often one of the ways that they send angel messages to me. It can be in a transaction at a grocery store. It could be the amount of charge on your phone and the date, it can be whatever. And I really feel like the more you tune into it, the more they give you little like tests, like, oh, let's see if she gets this one. And so, for example, one day my son was counting slugs all the way up the hill on a rainy day. And I was, like, come on, we gotta go, hurry up. And he gets to the top of the hill and he says, 88 slugs, Mom. And in that moment, I knew that was my angel number for that day. And it was very much what I needed at that moment. So it can even come in 88 slugs. So just never ceases to amaze me how angel numbers come. And actually the coolest way that that an angel number came to me recently was in hawks. So I was on my porch. I kind of was having a rough morning, purging, releasing, having a good cry. And then I look up in the sky and my hawks come to me often, so animal signs as well. But the hawks came, I got off my porch and went to look at them and see, watch them fly. And there was 7 of them in a circle. And so they're circling in a circle, 7 hawks. And then 2 more come in and then they circle and there's 9. And then 4 more leave in a line, like as if to show me we're leaving, and then 5 circled. And I didn't put 2 and 2 together until a little bit later on. I went, oh my gosh, 7, 9, 5. And that was my angel number that day, that message that I needed. So it's just absolutely astonishing and amazing. And I love how the universe talks to us. So my angels nudged me intuitively to start looking up these angel numbers online. And even though for the longest time I thought that it was just my own thoughts thinking I should type in angel number 222 and see what it says. But it was actually my angels. And what was really amazing is how synchronistic and resonant the messages were and continue to be. What I didn't know then is that angel numbers are the same as numerology, and that angel numbers are far more than just a cute message from above. The further I go in this study, it's just been blowing my mind. So yesterday I did a little more, dug a little deeper on this topic, and numerology, I'm gonna kind of go over numerology a little bit. Numerology is the belief in the divine or mystical relationship between a number and one or more coinciding events. It is also the study of numerical value of the letters in words, names, and ideas. It is often associated with the paranormal alongside astrology and similar to divinatory arts. I came upon this quote from Augustine of Hippo, 354 to 430 AD. This really says it all. Numbers are the universal language offered by the deity to humans as confirmation of the truth. Love that. Pythagoras was another one who knew of this connection. He was a Greek mathematician and philosopher who also believed that everything had numerical relationships, and it was up to the mind to seek and investigate the secrets of these relationships or have them revealed by divine grace. Pythagoras lived from 569 to 470 BC and is known as the father of Western numerology. He began his theory of numbers by discovering the numerical relationship between numbers and musical notes. He found that the vibration in stringed instruments could be mathematically explained. The Chaldeans were also ancient people who also knew of this, They ruled Babylonia in the mid-6th century BC. The Chaldeans had a system with numbers as well, known as the Babylonian numerology system. Chaldean numerology is used to recognize the energy changes that occur when someone speaks or thinks. The sound of someone speaking comes out in a vibration of different frequencies that affect the speaker and those around them. So not only are angel numbers a way to communicate from the divine, but they are actually a vibrational activation code that can guide and change your life, bringing in the vibration of what you need when you need it. Angel numbers turn on a code within your soul. Angel numbers open another facet of who you are. They are an awakening code for what you need, activating the vibrations of things you need in your life, and therefore changing the frequency of light within you. And in turn, aligning you with the mathematical universe. So you can see how much angel numbers excite me. My kids know angel numbers, and it's so funny because sometimes if I'm not getting a number, they're like trying to give it to me and I'm not noticing it because whatever reason I'm running so many things, you know. Then they'll just send it to my kids and my kids will say, Mom, da-da-da number, and they'll tell me, and I'll just know that they're just like, well, you didn't see it, so we'll just have your kids tell you. So it can even come that way. So on to number 2. The next tool I want to share with you is something I like to call the spiritual meaning of. So this is something that I've been studying for years before I even realized that it was preparing me for doing my healing guidance work now. It is what Dolores Cannon realized after working with thousands of clients and their higher selves during QHHT sessions. And QHHT sessions are past life regression sessions, and that's what I'm just finished my certification for that right now. So I've been studying her and what she does for a while now. So Dolores Cannon got to the point where her clients would come in with different ailments or pains, and she could tell exactly what trapped emotion they had and what the pain meant and what the message was delivering. Dolores had conducted so many sessions with people's higher selves, and in these sessions, it would reveal a message that the body was giving, and pretty soon she had a compilation of the spiritual meaning of many major diseases and conditions. Now, another woman knew of this, Louise Hay. I'm sure you all know of her. She's such a fabulous woman. Louise Hay was another woman who realized this correlation and used affirmations to turn around physical manifestations. So what I've noticed in my clients is that once the body has an awareness of the message trying to be delivered, the pain can be released. And the trapped emotions can be released also. So it is as though, because we are all vibrational and everything is vibration, sometimes we don't let emotions out and they get shoved, and then that's what creates disease. So it is as though once you have an awareness of the message, then your cells can say, okay, message received, and let it go. I've also noticed that the pains we experience, even from accidents, work the same way. It does not have to be due to a disease or from something genetic. It can even be caused by accidents that just happen, which is not an accident. These are often just the universe speaking to us more loudly and metaphorically, like hitting us over the head until we hear the message. Pain from accidents or disease will continue until you hear the message that your body is trying to tell you. Long-held negative emotions equals dis-ease. So all you need to do to read the messages from your body is to look up spiritual meaning of wrist pain, for example, or spiritual meaning of left shoulder pain. And Source Creator will bring you to the most appropriate article for you to read in regards to this pain. You can also ask your angels to guide you to the most appropriate message article for you to read as well regarding whatever pain you're having. There are so many things to learn about the body and the messages that it sends, because it is often trying to communicate with us, but we may not be listening. For example, anything that manifests on the left side of the body is having to do with the past. Anything on the right side is about the future or moving forward. Even a tooth problem, a hangnail, a scratch, or a burn has a message. For some of you, this message may not be new, so that in that case, I hope this is a good reminder to tune in to what your body is telling you so that you may release it. And for those of you who are new to this, you may find it a very useful tool to see what trapped emotions and limiting beliefs you are still needing to work on. I find it very interesting studying other people's ailments and seeing the correlation between their issues and their programming and their temperament, their attitudes and their way of life. You know, I mean, if I ever have, when I have a, I mean, I look everything up on myself if I have a pain or, you know, or a hangnail or whatever. Dolores Cannon's daughter, Julia Cannon, has written a book called Soul Speaks. This book is a guide to the spiritual meaning of many common pains and diseases, and I would highly recommend it. It also has a really nice description about how we are all one, how we are all connected, and how it's all now. It's the best drawing I think I've ever seen that really made it come together for me, and it's just a tiny little book, and it's a really good guide just to own. As well as many guides written by Louise Hay. She has many on the metaphysical components of the manifestation of emotions. So once you begin listening to the messages your body sends you, you will be able to heal more fully. The third tool that I want to talk about is talking to yourselves. This may sound like a silly idea. However, many of you may have heard of Dr. Emoto and his studies on water and how he and his team took a sample of water from a contaminated lake in Japan, and a group of people prayed over the water and sent it good energy. And when they looked at the water after praying over it, it became pure. As most of you know, we are mostly water, so therefore ourselves can easily be talked to and receive any ideas we wish to see within our bodies. I learned this recently from a channeler named Cryon, and I really liked the idea, even though in the beginning I thought it was just too easy. The more I began to play around with this idea, the more I realized how effective it is. We are all creators and have the power to live the life we want, free of disease, free of usual aging issues, simply by communicating how our bodies will be, affirming our wellness daily, and asking our angels any time of day to raise our vibrations to love or above now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Asking your angels to help you learn how to talk to yourselves best, and talking to yourself and your cells and telling them to release any disease, using the power of your intention to create the life you came here to live. Since I taught my children to ask their angels to raise their vibration to love or above now, they're just blown away. You know, they're still struggling with some traumas. And so I said, you know, you get in a bad mood and you can just say, angels, please step in and raise my vibration now to love or above. And it's amazing. And one day my daughter came home from a long car ride with her friend's family, and she gets car sick. And she said, Mom, I asked my angels to have me not be car sick, to help me not be car sick. And I wasn't car sick the whole time. I even was reading while riding. And so I just thought, oh, that's so awesome. So they're really trying it out and seeing the benefits. So thank you, angels, for that. The next tool I want to share with you is 5 ways to raise your vibration and keep it high. Right now, especially as you know, the dark dense energies are cleared out and the planet's ascending and we are merging with our higher selves, it's important to keep our vibration high for the highest and greatest good of everyone. And so you may know of these, but I really think for myself, I mean, this is a great reminder always of like just pulling out those tools in our toolbox that, you know, we may know, but you know, it's like they do no good unless you take them out of the toolbox. And so I have to tell myself that all the time. They're in the toolbox, they're no good. So 5 ways to keep your vibration high. Number 1, take Epsom baths daily or every other day to clear your vibration. Use approximately 2 cups of Epsom salt in your bath. And before I get in, I always ask my angels to transmute any fluoride or anything else that does not serve me. And then I thank them. Number 2, this is another technique I learned from Virginia. And I had been doing something similar called bubbling. like putting a bubble of love and a light around me daily to protect my vibration. And that just changed my life, because as an empath and a medium, I'm really susceptible to, or sensitive to, energy. And so, but some days I would forget to bubble, and then, and then I'd be an energy wreck. And so I really appreciate this technique, because you do it once and it's done. So all you need to do is ask your angels to place a protective egg around you, and that goes on you when you leave your house and comes off you when you're back in your house automatically, so that every time you go out, your vibration is protected and any negative energies will be repelled. Some people may also need an egg while inside their house to protect their vibration. Maybe there's a contentious relationship or something. So you can also ask for that too. Or when I have company over, or when this person comes, please place a vibrational egg around me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, ask, be specific, and sorry, an alarm. Ask, be specific, and be thankful are the steps. And so thank you so much, Virginia, for this, this knowledge. I'm just so loving it. So I really like the idea of the egg around it. And I also love that you can send and ask your angels to put an egg around any of your loved ones too. I think it's really important to obviously protect your energy. And so for those people that maybe in your life that maybe you can't be around for whatever reason, you can still help them just by sending healing angels to them, or placing that bubble of that egg around them, asking their angels to build it around them to protect them. And so it's just a great way to help. Sorry about that. My mother was calling. I have to deflect that. Call you back, Mom. So number 3. Can you hear me still? Good. Okay, good. Number 3, get your feet or body on the dirt or grass, or wrap your arms around a tree each day. Make sure you don't have shoes on. Shoes were kind of the death of us, because it took away our connection to the earth with our feet, which is something that is very crucial to clearing our vibration and receiving activation from above and below, as well as clearing out and balancing our chakras. Sorry, she's calling again. I have to deflect it. Okay, number 4. I still think crystals are one of the best kept secrets. I believe many people underestimate the power of crystals, but crystals have a very high frequency, and ancient societies knew the power of crystals, and the idea of the power within them kind of got poo-pooed like they were nothing, but crystals are very, very powerful. One particular crystal that I want to tell you about today that I feel is very beneficial for everyone to get is a stone called shungite. It's actually called the miracle stone because of all of the wonderful things that it does for people. Shungite is a rare stone that is said to work against pollutants, free radicals, and harmful germs. Shungite also helps shield you from electromagnetic field exposure. This stone is thought to be 2 billion years old, and since ancient times, shungite has been used to purify water, reduce inflammation, ease physical ailments, and soak up negative energy. So I really like, I carry a piece with me when I go out sometimes if it's too peoply out there, and I also have pieces around my house to soak that up. So I really love it. Number 5, every night when you sleep, it is a reset button for your body and your vibration. Especially if you go to sleep thankful, then chances are when you wake up, you will wake up in the same vibration. So another great way to keep your vibration high is to take hold of your vibration in the morning, as Joe Dispenza says. If you don't grab a hold of your vibration in the morning, something else will. So the idea is to create a nourishing morning routine that allows you to get all the way past lunch without getting into a bad mood or a bad headspace. The further into the day you can stay in a high vibration, the quicker you will change your vibrational set point, and then you can't go backwards as easily. So since everything has a frequency, even the music we listen to, the shows we watch, the news, Facebook, the food we eat. So in order to raise your vibration, you need to be very discerning about what you allow into your space, which I'm sure you all know. So for example, I know I can never check my email until afternoon. I keep shows or movies that are low, vibrationally low to a minimum. And I have personally set better boundaries with people I know who are challenging my vibration. Meditating each morning is one way that I start my day off in a high vibrational way, and also writing out my 10 blessings and why, as I shared with you with the magic, because it really boosts your vibration early in the morning further and sets my focus on the vibration of appreciation. So it kind of can hold you there. And as you may know, it only takes 17 seconds of focusing on a thought before another one like it attracts. So before you know it, you're on a high flying disc for longer and longer into your day, and therefore changing that vibrational set point to love or above, which is where you can manifest your dreams. One other piece that I do at night is that's also really helped and changed some of my programming, because from birth to 7, that's where everyone gets their programming. You're like a sponge, and so any of the limiting beliefs are going to be in there. And so there's so much out on the internet now where you can find subconscious programming for nighttime. And I know some people just need it quiet, but if you can stand it, listening to different subconscious programming at night really can help. For example, switching around the limiting belief of lack, or instilling more self-love, or there's so many great ones out there. And if you would like any of those, I would love to share some of the ones I've used that are really awesome. As well as, I know meditating for me was really challenging to quiet my mind. And so just know, obviously meditation is very personal. So some people just go in nature, I do Tai Chi. But I also started off with 2 really good meditations that I use that are like 14 minutes. And so if anyone is interested in those, I would love to share them as well. One is called the 6-phase meditation, and it brings in forgiveness and compassion and kind of plans your day and your future. And then there's one that's more mindless, the vortex meditation from Abraham. And I love it because I just count in for 3, out for 5, and then I can't think about anything else. So let me know if anyone would like those. I could definitely send those. All right, on to the last technique that I'd like to share today, and we're going to do this together. So it's called Ho'oponopono. It is an ancient Hawaiian forgiveness technique. Ho means to make, and pono means right. So the double use of pono means both yourself and others. So in essence, making it doubly right. Practicing this ritual allows you to let go of negative emotions, particularly anger and resentment. The ancient Hawaiians understood that harboring negative emotions like anger and resentment only hurts the person who can't forgive. This is not about right or wrong, but a symbolic way to cut the connection to that event or person that is causing us pain. Small-scale studies have shown that Ho'oponopono can help feelings of forgiveness even after just one attempt. It may even help us physically and has been shown to lower blood pressure in patients with high blood pressure. Forgiveness is shown to reduce depression, anxiety, and improve feelings of hope. The process is to forgive both yourself and others to whom you are connected with negatively. It can be now or in the past. Forgiveness is not about who was right or if you've been wronged or hurt by the other person. It's about putting unconditional love and forgiveness into the space regardless. Break the connection. This allows you to internally let go so that the negative emotion that is draining you can be stopped. Jada, go sit down. I'll be right there, honey. Sorry about that. So now I will, okay, before we actually try the technique. So this is a technique that I've combined with shamanic tapping, which taps in the things that you want, and I've combined it with self-love work. So when I do this technique, I look in a mirror at myself. And so I think that's one of the most powerful ways to do it, because something about looking at yourself in the mirror and saying these phrases really helps you connect to humanity. But for today, we won't be looking in the mirror. We'll just be looking at each other. So you can just follow along with me, and we're going to be tapping in these 4 phrases. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. So when we are speaking these phrases to ourselves, we'll be looking in the mirror and tapping. The most important part is to feel these phrases within your heart. So when we are saying these phrases, we are connecting to the vibration of them. And not only that, but we are taking 100% responsibility for these phrases on behalf of everyone, on behalf of our own healing, on behalf of our own forgiveness. And because we are all one, we can heal ourselves and we can heal collectively through this process. Dr. Hugh Len was a doctor who used Ho'oponopono on some patients of his who had severe mental health issues. He used this technique over top of their files, not face to face, but yet connected to his perception of their issues and worked on healing his perception of their issues. It was as if he was taking on their troubles and taking responsibility for them in that moment, forgiving them, forgiving himself, and taking responsibility for their healing and forgiveness. He ended up healing all of them enough so that they were able to re-enter society after many years of being in a hospital. So now let's try this together. It's a quite short technique, but I'm just going to tap on certain points and we're going to say the phrases together. And then at the end, when we get done with that, we're going to rub our hands together, make a ball of energy, and then we're going to take that ball of energy and we're going to bring those phrases down over our body as we say them one more time, and we're going to end on our heart. All right? So we're going to start by tapping right here on the eyebrow. And you're going to say these phrases looking in the mirror, although we're going to look at each other today so we can just pretend like we're looking in the mirror. And the idea is to feel these phrases as we say them. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And we're going to tap on the side and do them again. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Under the eye. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Under the nose. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Under the chin. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. On the collarbone. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Under the ribs. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Under the arm. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. On the top of the head. We're almost done. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Now we're going to rub our hands together. We're going to feel that ball of energy here, that big bright ball of light that we're going to clear our energy with. We're going to pull it down. We're going to go up over our head with that big ball. And now when we come down, we're going to say those phrases slowly. Just feel it wash over you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Bring it down. My phone keeps calling. I apologize. And then just bring that energy, just feel that wash over you. And you can use that technique anytime you need a reset. And you can use it for specific issues you want to heal. Thank you so much for giving me your time today. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that these techniques help you as much as they've helped me. Thank you.
Thank you, Katri, so much. I took all kinds of notes. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here again with us. And our church is opening soon. I know I just want to make an announcement that, Katri, you were saying about wanting to have a healing place there for people at the church. Maybe this is a good time you could share about what your heart tells you as asking for the rest of us.
So so a number of things, I have a number of ideas that are coming through, but one of the things I'm working on right now is finding a space to offer a free Reiki healing for the community. And I would have done, but the phone gives the reception, so bear with me. So what I am thinking is having a group of healers. Anyone who wants to help with this is welcome to come, and just having like a once a month free Reiki healing clinic. I know they used to do this. Aaron DeWitt used to do this at the Copper Top once upon a time, like once a month. And I just feel like there's so many people in need of healing now that if we could combine as healers and just have a free clinic once a month, I think would probably be a good start. I'm looking into doing it at Damiano Center, but I haven't heard back yet, and I know I'll have to pay for that space. But I was also thinking of doing it at the church once a month. So anyone who, I have a couple of friends who are I'm working with who are Reiki healers as well, and I think the whole point is to bring, because the power of multiple people, as you know, is really brings so much more power to it. So anyone else who wants to join, I would love that. And I just think it's about offering as much healing and support to people as we can as we go through this big shift.
Thank you. We will work on that. We open the first service, live service, in-person service is July 11th. Barb Steger Collins is our speaker for the first one. And as we get comfortable being there, we can just get you set up, and somehow it's going to work. It's a perfect, beautiful space.
Yes.
I feel really good about it. So, it's cool. Okay. Awesome. Just want to thank everybody for your donations, and to feel free to, please continue to send your donations to the church. And of course, in a couple of weeks, you can just put it in a little bowl as we pass it around. I'm excited. Oh my goodness. But anyway, of course, I'm there pretty much every day checking the mailbox. 1414 East 9th Street, 55805, the usual. It's locked, totally locked. No one gets in that mailbox except me, unless somebody else is in the office and knows where the key is. It's all good. Okay, I'm just going to say the church affirmation here. We totally accept the belief that God is in charge of the affairs and direction of Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. We know that as our thoughts of trust and joyful anticipation join in harmony with the thoughts of all the members of this fellowship, we attract the right ministerial leadership to our spiritual community, and we are grateful. Amen. Okay, I have a little benediction here, unless you want to do it, Katri. I can do the one from Unity. You want me to? Pardon? What?
Yes,
I'll go
please.
ahead and, yes. Okay, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Would you all like to just chat for a while and, unmute yourself and ask Katri any questions? We didn't do that yet, or any discussion on it. We're here. This is time. Anybody wants to share anything else? Or are we gonna, okay, Lita, what about you? I was thinking about you when Katri, you're talking about the numbers in astrology and of the angels. I was thinking of you, Lita, because you know numbers, and so anyway,
Used to.
I guess not. So with that, I guess we'll just say we'll see you next week, July 4th. July 4th. Oh, and Lisa, it's good to be speaking then. Jerry, did you have something you were going to say? Your hand went up.
Well, thank you, all of us, and blessings on the rain. We need the rain. Thank you on Mother Nature that helps us with everything we are. Blessings from your heart and spirit to share the love and light that we all are together. I just thank you for sharing the love and light with each of us today, and for everything we have for the next week till we gather again.
Yes,
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Thank you to Carol and Katri and Dave. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank
It was a
you.
pleasure. So it took a little bit to get going, but that's technology. It's great when it works.
Yeah,
It's my problem. I'm glad other people know what they're doing. So, anyway, all is well. So all good. Okay, then we'll see you all next week, unless we talk sooner. God bless everyone, and thank you for being here.
Thank
Lita, you keep trying to say something.
Yes, Lita, you must have something to say. You look like you have something you want to say.
But I really don't, because I've been so preoccupied with my daughter and my grandson, and they just
Yeah.
recently left for Tokyo,
Oh,
that I just haven't paid attention to anything else. And I'm kind of going through all those different changes too. I can really feel it. And yeah, big changes happening here for our evolutionary revolution, or whatever you want to call it.
yes. I mean, I
like
Lita.
what I heard. It reminded me of so many areas that I've been interested in and have used here and there. And it's like, oh, I have to get back to some of this stuff. It's very interesting, different parts of this.
It makes
Yes.
my day. When I get a new angel number that I don't know what it means, like I said, it took me a while to learn what the 111, 222, 333, 444, and then now I get more complex numbers, and it's just so exciting to me. So
I don't know if my brain can do that. It's changing, and I wish that would be nice. That would be great if it could, but it seems like it's changing so much that.
So you can look them up, so you don't need to know, I hope that I was clear in that you can look them up online, and if anyone wants to chat more about this, but it's just all there for you. It's so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though I may have looked up 444 a number of times, the next day I look up 444, even though I think I know what it means, and they'll send me to a different site that has a different message for that day for me. So it really, I never assume that I know something for true, because it changes, because everything's changing, right? And so, and same with animal signs. Like, I may have looked up spiritual meaning of a skunk 6 times, but this time I look it up and I'm brought to this completely different message for today and what it means for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's been a really, really amazing, fun journey.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me do this.
Kind of reopening some of those ways of understanding things. Yeah, I like that.
I think it helped me not to feel so alone, because I really feel guided and cared for through these signs. I mean, seeing the Hawks do that day, 795, Hawks don't just do that, right? Most people think, oh, you're crazy. I thought I was crazy for, like, am I real? But no, it's the more you tune in, the more they send. So I gotta run. My kids keep trying to get my attention, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love and light to all of you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay.